So this is the key point that I will try to make during this whole talk, is that your health is largely dictated by your choices, not your doctor's choices. I think that's a critical element, because it requires planning, discipline, thought process. You have to make this statement work. You've got to say, my health is important and it's my responsibility, which isn't always comfortable, because a lot of people have thought that my health is my doctor's concern. You know, they tell me to take a drug, I take the drug. So we'll move on. And highly processed foods. Now this is fascinating. These are the foods that were processed by a factory before you ate them. So it's pretty much everything that comes in a box, everything comes in a frozen meal, everything comes in a wrapper, like a protein bar, like a healthy protein bar with earth tone labels. And it says protein, or it says breakfast or something on it. All of those foods that have been made in a factory that are not traditional foods are strongly associated with living a shorter length of time, more depression, more dementia, more heart disease, more cancers. And not only that, but in these studies, of which there's numerous, and as far as I know, they're all consistent. I'm not aware of any. Whenever you're looking at studies, you always want to ask people who are so citing a study, what do the opposing studies show? In other words, does this group of studies show this is good and this study show it's bad? In which case you have to take both into account. I'm not aware of these highly processed foods that there's any studies showing they're good. And they constitute pretty close to 2/3 of the American diet. So and many of them look like healthy foods. So we would argue that you should avoid all of the highly processed foods and instead eat foods that you recognize. Meats, fish, fruits, vegetables, beans, grains. Don't underrate the importance of exercise, and if you're not trying to do it 3 times a day, I don't think you're trying hard enough, but I'm kind of mean. And if you're not getting short of breath, you're probably not really exercising. If you're not short of breath, you're moseying. You're showing a good effort.